And they snuck up on us here. We've already started the ball game. This is between North Sanpete and Union. North Sanpete is the home team, designated home team. And they are in the field at the present time, and Union is up to bat. Batting for Union. Batting for Union, number 33, Josie Prevedel. And again, I'll make my disclaimer as I always do. If I'm pronouncing their names wrong, please, I apologize. We haven't had a chance to check with coaches on pronunciation. So the count to the first batter, Josie, is 3-1 is the count as we try to get caught up. And she rips the 3-2 count into right center field all the way to the fence. Around the first she goes, headed to second, and in with a stand-up double leadoff batter, Josie Prevedel. Beautifully done there by her as a leadoff batter, and in standing up. So that'll bring the second batter to the plate, Zoe Thompson, the number 9 hitter. Number 9 position. First pitch, she squares the bunt, lets it go. It is a called strike on the outside corner. So called strike to Thompson on deck. Jocelyn, and the bunt goes foul. So it'll be a 0-2 count. Hall will be on deck, and Yasi in the hole here in the top of the first inning.
At third, Daly at shortstop.
So pitcher stands back in. The pitch way outside. That'll be a ball. I believe even with my bad eyes I can call that one. Zoe Thompson with a 1-2 count now. Foul ball, straight back, slap bunt attempt, but slap straight back to the screen. That'll remain a 1-2.
Center field is Emily Straight, right field is the Alroy.
Where'd you get it? Jan gave it to me. That's because you went too long.
Oh, a swinging strike on the outside corner. It'll be a strikeout there. First out of the inning. Runner remains at second base. So you've got Prevedel at second base. Thompson with the strikeout. Jocelyn Hall will come to the plate now, the number 3 hitter. Playing second base today, Jaden Yazzie on deck. Hit into right field, down the line. Looks like it'll be fair. It is fair. Runner comes around third, headed for home. Ball is tried to be cut off, not able to do it. But the catcher steps out and grabs it. So that is a single by Jocelyn Hall. It's also an RBI as she drives Prevedel all the way from second in. So Union with first blood here as at the top of the first. They have one on the board and a runner at first with just one down. And Yazzie, the cleanup batter, coming up to the plate. Yazzie on the year is batting .500, so a potent batter for her. And she has 3 home runs and 12 doubles on the year, so a potent bat here. First pitch is high. Ball 1 to Yazzie. Jaden Yazzie playing shortstop for Union. Next pitch is high also. Looks like they're trying to be just a little bit careful with her. And it'll be a 2-0 count here. Outside corner, they're going to give that call. Strike 1 to Yazzie. 2-1 is the count. So she stands in there. Pitch, drops down in. Nicely done there. Drops down in for a strike on a great breaking ball there. So it'll be 2-2 the count now. Pitch is going to be a little bit high. Ball there, it'll go full count. So full count here, runner at first. One down. Outside ball, walked her. So being a little bit too careful there with Yazzie, and that'll be a base on balls for Yazzie. And it'll put runners at first and second now with one down. And coming to the plate is London Lamb. And London Lamb with a 288 batting average, it looks like, on the year, but she's got 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. So still a potent bat there. Batting in the number 5 spot is Lamb. It'll be inside ball. Right now, the pitcher for North Sanpete struggling just a little bit here. And it's Caitlin Johnson struggling just a little bit. So 2 balls to Lamb. Misses again, 3-0. Outside and high, so she walks them full here in the first inning, as we've got Hall at third base now, Yazzie at second base, and Lamb with the walk at first base. Bases loaded, and already Sanpete's having a bit of a conference at the plate, or at the mound, and trying to help settle some nerves.
Lamb works the walk to load the bases. Try to go up. Now batting Lamb on deck, make him in the hole.
So after the conference now, Johnson eyes it up here now and see what she can do here. Popped up down the third base line. There's room for it. Third baseman settles under it, pop fly, and that'll be the second out of the inning as they get Kylie Crapo on the first pitch to fly out to the third baseman for the second out. So a little bit of breathing room there as it's down to 2 down in the inning now. Chloe Alland will come to the plate playing center field. And Alland is just a junior with a 375 batting average. And see what she can do here. Pitch is going to be a little bit low, looks like ball 1. No place to put her now. They can't walk another one. And I'm sure that's not what the pitcher's trying to do, but that sometimes puts extra pressure on them as they're pitching. Beautiful down the middle there, though. That's a called strike. Excuse me, a swinging strike. So 1-1 the count now. See if they can survive this inning and get out of this with just the 1-run damage. Another swinging strike, strike 2. And now the pitcher's kind of got it after that little timeout at the mound. They've got it kind of going on now. She's dialed in. 1-2 the count. 1 run across. Bases loaded for Union here in the top of the 1. Fouled off to the right side, out of play. It'll remain 1-2 the count. Really, since that little timeout in the circle there that they took, Johnson doing a much better job bringing the ball. Ripped into the left field. Back goes the left fielder, but not plenty of room. Brings it in, so a long out is all that is, but I'm sure North Sanpete flying a relief there, as that was almost. But it'll be a fly out to number 7. That'll be the third out of the inning. So only 1 run. That's all they get. We'll be back in just a minute with the bottom of 1.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Hey, welcome back here to Spanish Fork Complex once again. We turn now to the bottom of the first inning, and North Sanpete will be coming to the plate for their first at-bat. First inning was a little bit scary. They do give up one run, but the bases got loaded, and they were able to work out of that jam with only one down. They worked out of that with a pop fly to third base and a strikeout to end the inning. So good job by North Sanpete. Withstanding that little bit of difficulty they had there in the first. Now we'll see what they do up to bat. First pitch is inside and low to Katie Cook, the catcher. Ball one to her. Bree Allred will be on deck, and Madison Stedman will be in the hole here for North Sanpete. Next pitch is high ball. And London Lamb is the pitcher for Union. See what she brings here. Outside and high. So it will be 3 balls now on the batter, Katie Cook. Johnson started out getting the first batter on for Union, and it turned into a run. There's a strike on Katie Cook. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So as Lamb is battling back here, was down 3-0, now back to a full count here on the first batter, Katie Cook. Foul back against the screen. Remains full count. Katie Cook, a senior with a .419 batting average. And she's amassed 14 RBIs on the year. That's tough as a leadoff hitter, but she's had 31. Well, we'll get this in a minute. Pitch is high. She watches it, takes a walk. So leadoff batter on for North Sanpete also. Bringing to the plate, Bree Allred. They'll put a flex runner in. Number 23 will be the runner.
Miley Cook is your runner for Cook.
So number 23, Miley Cook, will come in and run for Katie Cook. Sisters, who knows? But Miley Cook will be running for her. One ball called on Bree Allred. See if she's bunt. You got third and first up. See what the rotations are. They are up close. She squares the bunt, puts it down to third base, has a chance at second, goes to first instead, and the play is made there, so it's a sacrifice for Bree Allred. Goes 6 threes. And it will be 6-4, actually, second roll over. So the first out, but it does sacrifice Katie Cook to second base. Brings up Madison Stedman now to bat. Madison Stedman with a .414 batting average on the year and 5 home runs. Fouls it back against the screen, strike 1. As North Sanpete trying to get that run back that they gave up in the top of the first to Union. She steps in again. Open stance. Foul back against the screen. Strike 2. So once again steps in against it. Whoa, throws a floater. It's a little flare into the infield. And when the dust is settled, there you got runners at first and third. So it's an infield hit, but it was a bit of a flare. Third base couldn't get to it, tried to get there and missed it. It bounced, and then shortstop had to pick it up. But by that time, the runners had advanced. And so now you have Katie Cook at third base on the infield single by Madison Stedman. That'd be an infield hit for her and brings Lucy Oldroyd to the plate. Oldroyd, a senior with a .372 batting average at that cleanup position, and has 5 home runs on the year. Pitch is high. Be a ball. So London Lamb had things going then, but seems to be struggling a little bit here. We'll see what she does. Lots of room up the middle if she can drive it past the pitcher up the middle. Pitch is going to be, I'll give it the pitch outside, a little high, giving the pitch. Lucy Oldroyd now 1-1. Bailey is on deck. And Miramontes in the hole. So Lamb ready to deliver. Navy Makeham behind the plate, doing a nice job there. Nice block there. The runner will go. There's really no attempt on her. And so Stedman will get to second base on a stolen base. And now you have runners at second and third, only 1 out. And a 1-1 count. 2-1 count on the batter, Oldroyd. High, ball 2. Make that ball 3. Have to talk to scorekeeper here. She's got to start nudging me when I doze off like that. Of course, her elbow will get sore from nudging me that often. So it's 3-1 count to the batter, Oldroyd, with Bailey on deck. Right down the middle. This is going to be out of the far foot. Ripped down the left field line and out of here for a 3-run home run by Oldroyd. Ripped. There was no question when that one left the bat. Didn't even have time to say maybe, could be, it's out of here. It was out before we could do any of that. So a 3-run home run by Lucy Oldroyd. That's what you hope your cleanup batters can do, as she ripped that ball. So it'll clear the bases, and it's still only 1 out here. And it'll bring up Bailey with Tyler Joe Miramontes on deck.
Now batting Bailey, Tyler Joe Miramontes on deck, and to go north.
North Sanpete is the seeded team now. They come in as the number 3 seed overall. Union comes in as the number 6 seed. Union defeated Juan Diego earlier to get into this position against North Sanpete. And so North Sanpete is supposedly the favored team, but stranger things have happened. That's why you play them. Next pitch to Bailey is low, ball 1. So Lamb has to get past what just happened to her with that long home run. Pitch is going to be inside, ball 2. Defensively for Union, you've got Navy Meekum behind the plate. London, well, I'm going to have to check that. I've got London Lamb both playing first base and pitcher, but that can't happen. Jocelyn Hall at second, Jaden Yazzie at short. Pop-up behind short. Yazzie ranges back. She'll make the play there on a pop-up or a fly out to 6 for the second out. And that'll bring up Miramontes. Going back around the horn for them, Bailey Rodriguez at third, Josie Prevedel in left field, Chloe Aland in center field, and Zoe Thompson is in right field. And I'll check. Swing and a strike on Miramontes. Kettle is the first baseman, and I apologize for not having her on there. Swing and a miss, but pitch down low. And that's strike 2 on the batter. So 2 strikes on the batter. Foul ball back. So she remains alive. 0-2 count on the batter. 2 down in the inning. Rips down the line again. That one could be, if it's fair, it's another home run, and it is. Down the line fair. The runner figured it was foul. She turned to come back to the batter's box. He had to look at the umpire. Gave her the home run signal. So Miramontes down the line once again for another home run. And looking at Miramontes on the year, she has no home runs listed on the year. So that is the first of the year for Miramontes, Tyler Joe Miramontes. She does have some doubles, but that is the first home run of the season, and what a time to make it happen for Miramontes. That'll put 4 runs across the plate now here in the bottom of the 1. And it'll bring to bat Indigo North, the 7th batter of the inning. She will step in there. And North, 317 average. She does have 5 home runs on the year and a couple of doubles. And so we'll see what she can do here. But what a day for Tyler Joe Miramontes. A nice breaking pitch there by London Lamb, called for a strike 1. Pitch inside, right back to the pitcher. Off her glove, though. She's able to pick it up, go to 1. That's the out. So a nice recovery there by Lamb. After the ball went hard off her glove, she's able to pick it up. So that's 1-3. That's your 3rd out. So we'll be back with the top of the 2nd inning here in just a moment.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Welcome back here as we get ready for the top of the 2nd inning. Again, North Sanpete ends up with 4 runs there in the bottom of the 1st on 3 hits, I believe it is, and 1 runner left on. So big inning for them. And now this will come back up here. We'll start with Navy Meekum to start here this 2nd inning. First one is a swinging strike, and Meekum is the catcher for Union High School, the Lady Cougars here. And, they had a great start there in the 1st inning, got the run, had the bases loaded, wasn't able to get any more, but came in with a lot of euphoria and excitement. And then what happened to him in the bottom of the 1st was just didn't expect that at all. But a couple of home runs, 4 runs all overall. So a great inning there for North Sanpete. Ball is dribbled off the handle down the 3rd base, across, perfectly done by North Sanpete. Miramontes to Indigo North. And to get the first out there, if you're scoring, that's a 5-3 put out for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Caitlin Kettle, the first baseman, and then Bailey Rodriguez, we'll go back to top of the order with Josie Prevedel. So it comes Kettle now, and then back up to Prevedel. Pitch on the outside corner, nicely done there by Caitlin Johnson. Strike 1. So Kettle steps back in. Pop up into the screen. Will come back down. That'll be strike 2. And right now, the pitcher, Caitlin Johnson, seems to be a different pitcher than we saw in the first inning. She is throwing hard and crisp and with control and more conviction. First inning, she's a little shaky. Got the 1 run plus the bases loaded. And she's settled down now. Pop up back against the screen again. She just keeps bringing it. Batters are fighting them off to try and stay alive. Defensively for North Sanpete, you got Katie Cook behind the plate. Of course, Caitlin Johnson on the mound. Indigo North at first. Bria Allred at second base. Daly Bailey at shortstop. Tyler Joe Miramontes at third. Pitch is going to go again to Miramontes at third. She fumbles it, picks it up, makes the throw, and it is wouldn't have beat her out anyway. She was unable to field the ball at first, but would not have beat her out anyway. And so you've got Kettle at first, but I think you got to call that an E5. I'm not sure what the official score agrees with me. That'll be 1. She won't agree with me very often, but we'll get 1. So, runner on, back to top with Josie Prevedel, who got a double in the first inning and scored. The lone run for Union. See what she's able to do here. I believe that double was into right center field. And we'll see what she's able to do here. Zoe Thompson will be on deck. Pop up in the infield. Looked like the shortstop's got a chance at it. She settles under it and takes it. Daly Bailey ranges over behind second and takes that. And so that'll be the second out. That'll be 2 outs then. Runner does not advance, so Caitlin Kettle is still at first base. 2 down in the inning, and Zoe Thompson comes to the plate. She struck out in the first inning on 4 pitches. We'll see what she can do here as Caitlin Johnson throws it over the outside corner. I'm not sure if he called the corner or the attempted slap. Either way, it is a strike on the batter. Second pitch from Johnson. That was a little too far outside. I think I can call that one a ball. And we'll go with the third pitch now in this at-bat. Popped it up, infield, third base side. Underneath that is Miramontes. And she will settle under that one, and that's 3 outs. So after 1.5, the score remains 4-1 in favor of North Sanpete. We'll be right back.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back here to Spanish Fork Softball Complex. You're watching state softball on TeamHive.live here, and it's powered by Centracom in partnership with KSL Sports. We appreciate our sponsors, Rocky Mountain Chevy Dealers, Utah Community Credit Union, Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, Sanpete Steel in Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Beaver Medical Clinic, Barney Trucking, Honey's Marketplace in Kanab, and Jones and DeMille Engineering. So we thank those sponsors and so many more that make these broadcasts possible, and TeamHive.live and Centracom also. We appreciate all that make these things happen. First pitch to Peyton Johnson, the designated player, is a called ball. She will step in now. She's batting in the number 8 position. Second pitch is going to be outside, also a ball 2. Peyton Johnson is a junior with a .389 batting average. Steps in there from the left-hand side. Has not shown the slap technique yet, but hasn't really had anything to hit. We'll see if that's what she tries. That one's a called strike and did not break down into the slap technique, so she's straight up hitting, it would appear at this point in time. Emily Strait is on deck, the number 9 hitter, and then we'll go back to top with Katie Cook here in the bottom of the second. Full-wise swing and knocks it back into the screen, foul tip. The count will go 2-2 now to Peyton Johnson. London Lamb brings it on the outside part. She's able to get a bat around on it and stays alive as Peyton Johnson, so the count will remain 2-2 here in the bottom of the second inning. Lamb brings it down the middle, pop up on the infield. Shortstop is calling for it, and that is Yazzie. She'll take it, and that's 1 out in the inning.
Yazzie gets the first out of the inning for
brings to the plate Emily Strait now. Emily Strait is a senior with a .292 batting average and 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run on the year. She has 19 hits and has scored 22 runs. Check swing called strike. Strike 1. She'll step down 0-1 here. Swinging strike. There was some English on that. I don't know if it came off the bat or what. Some strange English went into the glove and off. Strike 2. So she'll stand in down 0-2 is Emily Strait. Whoa, that kind of stuck in the hand a little too long. Ball 1. Katie Cook will be on deck. The number 1 hitter, Katie Cook. So another pitch, change up, beautiful pitch there as she turned under that ball to turn that thing over for a strikeout. I believe that's her first strikeout of the ball game, and that's the second out of the inning. So we'll go back to top to Katie Cook now in the second inning here. Katie Cook reached on a base on balls and then was sacrificed to second and eventually scored on the home run by Lucy Allred. So, Cook steps in. Again, reached on a base on balls in the first inning. Got to stop for a ball from the other field come flying in.
Okay, who's this gal right here? She used to be the volleyball coach.
Charlotte Hadley.
So, pitch comes from Lamb. Way outside. Nice job by Meekum to try and flag that one down. It's a call. It's a ball. Second pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike. 1-1 the count here. 2-1. I missed a pitch. I was watching the other game for a minute, maybe. 4-1 the score here. Bottom of 2. Pitch outside, little high. We call the ball. 3-1 the count. To Katie Cook. Nobody on. 2 down in the inning. On deck is Bree Allred. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nicely done Well, no, strike 2. Even the batter thought it was over. She ran back to the dugout. I was thrown by that. But after that's all said and done, the umpire says you really get one more if you'd like it. So she steps back in the box with a full count. This time she quickly runs down to first base before anybody can change their minds. There's a base on balls. So Bree Allred. Now Cook will be replaced by Miley Cook once again for the designated runner. And,
Miley Cook running for Katie Cook.
So stepping in will be Bree Allred with the runner at first. In the first inning, Bree Allred came in and sacrificed to get Katie Cook across the field. She bunted and got Katie Cook to second base into scoring position. So she's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. Pitch is low. 2 ball. So 2-0 the count here. Madison Stedman is on deck. Outside ball. Ball 3. So they're going to have a brief timeout there at the mound as they want to talk to London Lamb a little bit. You never want to put a person on, but Bree Allred gets on. Then you got Madison Stedman, who had a single in the first inning, a stolen base, and then scored. And after that's Lucy Allred, who hit the monster home run. And it wasn't monster in height, it was monster in the quickness that it left the field. It was a line shot that was quickly out of here. And so you don't want to get any deeper into this lineup with runners on base, with Stedman and Oldroyd coming to the plate afterwards. So big pitch here as you're down 3-0, and you need to battle back here and make something happen here. So we'll see what happens after the timeout and the conference on the mound. London Lamb steps back in now and toes it and gets ready to bring the pitch to the plate. And they're going to get a call on the inside corner, strike 1. So 3-1 the count now. Hitters count now. Yeah, 3-1 count. Ripped down the line right. It's going to range foul, not able to get to it. So it'll be strike 2. So nice job by Lamb. Battling back out of that 3-0 count. Now it's back to a full count with 2 outs. Runner should be breaking with the pitch here. So a base hit will bring the runner probably at least to third base because they'll get the start off the pitch. Full count, 2 away. Hit towards second base. Picked up, come to first. Nicely done there. Jocelyn Hall to Caitlin Kettle to retire the side. Well done. So no runs scored. And that'll be the it for 2 innings. We'll come back with the top of the 3 in just a minute.
Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Welcome back here as we're ready to start the top of the 3rd inning as Union comes to bat here. First pitch is going to be low in the dirt. Nice stop there by Katie Cook on a low one in the dirt. Batting is Jocelyn Hall, the second baseman. And she will be followed by Jaden Yazzie, the shortstop. Second pitch also called the ball. So it'll be 2-0 the count. 4-1 the score here in the top of the third. Ripped down the line, foul. So first strike to Jocelyn Hall. So standing back in, Jocelyn Hall with a 2-1 count. Oh, a nice changeup. Beautiful changeup. And it just kind of settled in there. Fluttered in, I guess the best way to describe that one. It's a big change compared to her fastball. It comes back high and tight. Ball 3. Full count now to Jocelyn Hall. Swing and a miss. Strike. Foul ball, they're going to call that. Foul ball, so the count will remain full. Ripped down right field, going to be out of play. I don't know if this is kosher or not, but take a quick moment here to give a shout out to the folks from Roosevelt. Home of Union High School and the home of my wife. Grew up there and graduated from Union High School also, so a shout out. Hope that's legal. Ripped down the line, that's going to be foul, but that may have been close to clearing both fences. But it's just a long foul ball here, so Jocelyn Hall will come back again. But those kind of swings have to put thoughts in the minds of the pitchers of being very careful. Sometimes may rattle them when they see the ball hit that far, even if it is foul. Inning. So Alan steps in there. She's just a junior. Ooh, right down the middle. Nice pitch there by Caitlin Johnson. Alan with a .375 batting average. And she's hit some doubles, 6 doubles on the year, so look out. Get into one of those gaps, it'll get a run across. Now in baseball, that's a balk. I don't know what the pitch is low in the dirt. Alan with a 1-1 count now with 2 outs here. 4-2 the score in the third inning. Might mention these teams played once before, and Union won it 11-1 over North Sanpete. So strike 2 to Aland. So even though North Sanpete is the higher seed in head-to-head competition, Union did beat them late in the year. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago. Swing and a strike. Strike 3 then. And Sanpete's pretty excited about that. Scored a little bit of damage, so we'll be back with the bottom of the third here. Foul, reaches up and fouls that one off, does Miramontes. Miramontes, again, a senior, and has 6 doubles on the year. Also has 11 RBIs with a .382 average. Pops it up. It's going to back against the screen, but no play for Meekum. Unable to get back to that one. And so it will remain 0-2 the count with 1 out. They have not yet tried to send the runner, Bailey, from first yet. Fouled back again against the screen. Again, battling hard is Miramontes. Staying alive. Looks to bring it again to Slam. Flutters it outside, high ball. 1-2 the count, excuse me. So 1-2 the count to Miramontes. Fouled back again. Miramontes hanging in there. Indigo North will be on deck, and Peyton Johnson in the hole here, depending on what Miramontes is able to do. Pop into center field. Center fielder coming in on the run. Did she come up with it? She did come up with it. Ruled an out. That was kind of fooled her. Looked like she was waiting for it to get to her. Then she had to come in hard and ends up making a diving catch. So nicely done there by the center fielder, Emily Strait. Well done to preserve that out. So that's the second out of the inning and brings North to the plate. Going to be outside. Ball is dropped by the catcher. The runner takes off and will go to second base uncontested. So that puts Daly Bailey on second base on the passed ball. Just popped out of the catcher's glove. So runner in scoring position for North. 1 ball to her. Whoa, nice action on that ball as she throws a breaking pitch that just slows down and breaks to the outside, and North not able to get to it. 1-1 the count, 2 down in the inning. Bit of a knuckleball there. The knuckles were raised on that one. Knuckle curve. The swinging strike back to the play, back to the screen. I don't know if that was supposed to be a knuckle curve or just you accentuate the knuckle to get more crank on the ball for your regular curve. Ooh, defensive swing there by North as she takes one right off of her shoestrings and knocks it to the right side, foul ball, but that's a defensive swing there. Count will remain 1-2 to North, again with a runner in scoring position in the person of Daly Bailey, who hit a single earlier in the inning. And throws the flutter again, strike 3. And that will be a strikeout in the 3rd out of the inning. That will end the inning, but not before North Sanpete gets 1. So it's 5-2 going into the top of the 4th. We'll be right back.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, Sanpete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments. Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care. Closer to home.
Welcome back here to North Sanpete. Score of note on the other field is 3-1 in favor of Morgan over the upper-seeded Canyon View. Canyon View, the number 2 seed. Morgan, the number 7. Morgan is leading right now 3-1 in that ball game. Ball hit quickly by the Union batter. Get that for you. That's Navy Meekum. Right up the middle for a single. Nicely done there by Meekum here to start the top of the 4th inning.
First pitch, Meekum takes it up the middle for a single, brings up Kettle.
That's her second at bat. She hit to the third baseman in the last inning. Now we got a conversation with the coach. She is the catcher. They could run for her if they wanted. They were talking to the umpire, but I don't believe they put a runner in. Have to try and get that number. Ball is hit down the line, foul. Yeah, there is a runner. It's number 18, maybe 18, I think. I thought it was number 18. We'll try and get that for you. Whoa. Got a call right there, did the pitcher Caitlin Johnson on the outside part of the plate. I guess that's a generous way to say it. Swinging strikes, so down she goes on strikes is Caitlin Kettle for the first out, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order. So we go Prevedel back at the plate. We're still struggling to get the number of the little runner on first base, but we apologize for that. We'll get it to you as quickly as we can. Prevedel's back up to bat, and she, I believe it was a 1-1 count. We'll check on that. We've been trying hard to get you that number on first for the stretch for the runner. So Caitlin Johnson bringing it. And she got some good action on that one as it drops right off the table. So it's 1-2 is the count. 1-2. So Prevedel so far has a double and a fly out to the shortstop. Pop up this time to the right side. Is it second going to get there? Center field comes in. Emily Strait comes in from her center field position and takes that. Nicely done there. It looked like the second baseman was going to struggle to get there, but Strait came a long way to get to that ball. So Zoe Thompson comes to the plate. She struck out in the first inning. She flew out to third baseman in the second inning. So here we are in the fourth with her third at-bat. See what she does here. Low and outside, ball one to Thompson. Jocelyn Hall will be on deck. Northern Union trailing 5-2 here in the top of the fourth. Way outside, runner goes. The catcher did not see it, made a late throw, ineffective, as the runner had a huge lead and was able to get down to second base on a stolen base. And again,
I wonder if it's number 12.
Now we think maybe 12 now. Appreciate the scorekeeper. That would be Huber, possibly. The ball is hit down third base. It is, we believe, number 12. Thank you. So that would be Huber. Cameron Huber. So is running in for the catcher, Meekum, at second base. The batter is... Yeah, took us a whole game to figure that one out, but we got her. So Zoe Thompson is at the plate. It's 2-1 the count to her. Now we can start focusing back on the batter because we got the runner figured out. Slap to the right side. Second baseman comes in, and she will take it. So that will be the third out of the top of the fourth with a fly out to the second baseman. So that will end the inning, and no runs scored. And we'll be back with the bottom of the fourth.
This is how 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Welcome back here to Spanish Fork Complex. Earlier games that were played in the 3A division, Grantsville beat South Summit handily, and Carbon and Manti locked up, and Carbon won that ball game. So Grantsville and Carbon will play tomorrow at 10 a.m., and then the winner of this game, of course, will drop down and play at 10 a.m. also, and they will play the winner. The winner of this game will play the winner of Canyon View Morgan, and Canyon View Morgan was leading that ball game early. We'll try and get you a score update. Manti drops down with Juan Diego this afternoon, and South Summit plays Juab later this afternoon also. So that is where we are at thus far in the 3A ranks. At the plate is the batter Peyton Johnson, the designated player, and there's a 1-ball count to her. Emily Strait is on deck, and then back to the top of the order in Katie Cook. Gets around quickly on that little changeup, knocks it down first baseline. That foul out of play, and it will be a strike and a ball now on Peyton Johnson. In 5-2, winner moves on in the championship flight. Loser goes into the drop-down bracket and has to battle their way back through. That ball is outside, so it'll be a 2-1 count now. And we appreciate TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom, also in partnership with KSL Sports, for making these broadcasts for you. Swing and a miss, strike 2. They make these, all the ball games will be carried by TeamHive.live. And we appreciate Barrett Hilton and his crew, which consists of his daughters. And then Scott Langford and the Beaver crew also in here with us, helping make these broadcasts possible. Ripped in right center field. It looks like it could be, and it's back there. It is a home run by Peyton Johnson.
With the home run. Congratulations, Peyton. Be sure to come up to the press box after the game to get your coupon for your home run, hot dog home run.
Well done by Peyton Johnson here. Let me get a stat on her real quick if I can find it here. And Peyton Johnson, her first home run of the year. Much like Miramontes. From the stats that we have, that's her first home run. And what a time to have a home run, but at the state championship tournament for both Miramontes and for Peyton Johnson. Congratulations. That one wasn't the rocket shot we've seen in the past with some of the other home runs hit today, but it had enough height and it had enough distance. It got there, and it still counts. One big run. Congratulations, Peyton Johnson. So that brings the plate Emily Strait. And Emily Strait has one home run on the year, so I was going to see if it was going to be her turn to hit the first of the year too. But fouls back to the screen. 2 strikes on the batter, Emily Strait. That did make the score 6-2 in favor of North Sanpete now. They are the seeded team. But in head-to-head earlier in the year, Union won big over North Sanpete. So another ball outside, 1-2 the count. The number 9 batter in the order. We go back to Katie Cook for the next batter. High and outside, ball 2. Two and 2 the count here to Emily Strait. And she does have a .292 batting average on the year. Batting in the number 9 hole here today. In the dirt, 3-2. Full count. Emily did strike out in the second inning on 4 pitches. Dribbler to shortstop. She has a chance to beat this out. Quickly down the line, picked up nicely, and they're going to call her safe. That play from Yazzie to Caitlin Kettle, but they say she got there early. It was a slow roller. Yazzie had to come in to pick that thing up, and it was a slow roller to shortstop. So it's a base hit, infield hit. It pays to have some quickness down the line. So Katie Cook back now with nobody out in the inning. And Katie Cook with her third at-bat here in the bottom of the 4th. Turns to bunt, bunts it down the line, but it's going to go foul. And that'll be a strike call on Katie Cook. She has a base on balls and scored in the first inning. She has a base on balls and was left on base in the second inning. Third at bat, twice she has walked. Have time out here. They trying to get a ball off the field or what?
I can't see their trees.
There's no ball. There seems to be some kind of a conversation with something down the line. The first base umpire. Maybe they're ordering lunch. What do you know? So, it's all taken care of now, so we go back to work here. Turns to bunt again. Puts it down the first base line. Nicely done. Turns, makes the throw to first. They do it just in time as the pitcher, London Lamb, picks it up and throws it to the second baseman covering first, and they make the play happen. And that's the first out of the inning, but it does sacrifice the runner over to second now. So you've got Emily Strait at second base on the sacrifice. Pitch is high. So 1-0 the count. Hit foul back over the screen now. Be strike one. So 1-1 the count with one strike. And a bit of a breeze blowing through these windows. Hear that in the microphone. Ball high. Madison Stedman will be on deck, and Lucy Oldroyd in the hole here in the fourth inning. Bottom of 4, 6-2 again in favor of North Sanpete. Lamb brings it. A nice change up down the middle, swinging strike there. So 2-2 the count. They've got one in the inning already on the home run by Peyton Johnson. And they have Katie Cook standing at second base. Excuse me. That's not Katie Cook. That's Emily Strait at second base. Pitch is high and outside. Ball 3. Full count now. To the batter, Allred. Here we go. Going to punch her out. The batter did not think so. She thought she had the walk, but she gets punched out there. And that will be the second out of the inning on a strikeout. And Strait remains at second base. Stedman comes to the plate.
Third strikeout of the game brings up Stedman. Already on deck, baby, in the hole.
First pitch is a swinging strike. Fouls it off to the right side. Strike one on Stedman. As we mentioned, Oldroyd is on deck. And Oldroyd has a home run and a stand-up double thus far in the ball game, and has scored 2 of the runs. Stedman hits it into center field. It's going to be short. It just hits the edge of the grass. It'll allow the runner to come around. They start to come home. It's cut off at the pitcher's mound, but it allows the runner, Emily Strait, to come all the way around and home. And nice piece of hitting there by Madison Stedman.
Short outfield brings in Strait for another run. Oldroyd now batting, baby, on deck.
So it does bring to the plate Lucy Oldroyd, who has a home run, 3-run home run in the first, and a stand-up double in the third. They pitch outside to her. You want to leave it out there all day with this young lady, the way she's hitting today. The score goes to 7-2 now for North Sanpete over Union. Ooh, a little bit up to the batter, but the umpire liked it, so he calls it a strike. 1-1 the count now. Most good batters will tell you it doesn't matter if they call a strike. It only takes one. They only need one. Ooh, fouls off the end of the bat, goes foul down the right field. And it'll be 2 strikes now to Lucy Allred. And London Lamb would love to leave her right at the plate with a big strikeout here. They'd love to see that happen. She's been a nemesis for us thus far. So And she does just that. It throws a changeup with a little bit of motion on it and strikes out Oldroyd for the third out of the inning and leaves the runner standing on the base. Dodged a bullet. So that's the end of 4. We'll be back with the third in just a moment.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Welcome back here to North Sanpete, to the game between North Sanpete. We are not at North Sanpete High School, although they are in firm control right now of what's going on, but it is not North Sanpete High School. They are ahead 7-2 in the top of the 5th inning here as Union comes to bat here, and it'll be Jocelyn Hall. First pitch, she'll hit down the right field line, foul out of play, strike 1. Jocelyn Hall has singled in the first inning and was left standing at third base. She also had an RBI as she knocked in Josie Prevedel in the first inning. In this third inning, she came to bat and struck out on a full count. Strike 2 there. The little catcher for Katie Cook for North Sanpete is very animated. And she does a lot of jumping and cheering on a lot of things that are going on. And it's good to see the emotion. It's fun to watch the emotion, the excitement as she jumps and screams and hollers for that strikeout as she's leading by example to try and get excitement into the North Sanpete Lady Hawks. As it's a strikeout there for the first inning of the 5th inning. First out of the 5th inning. It does bring to bat Jaden Yassi. And Yassi took base on balls, was left on base in the first. And then she gets the home run, solo home run in the third to right center field. So we'll see what she does with this at-bat. The first pitch is called a ball. And she'll step back in there. High and outside, ball 2. And this might be a case where you've got a cushion, but, you pitch away, make her hit your pitch. If you walk her, that might not be the worst thing. I don't know what the coach is thinking. She drives one into right center field, though. It's going to get between the fielders, although they do pick it up quickly. And a nice throw in. Strong arm from the right fielder, Lucy Oldroyd, getting that ball back in and keeps it at a single for Yazzie. It's a crisp single, got nearly to the fence. But Lucy Oldroyd gets over there and shows a strong arm as she throws a bean into second base there to keep Yazzie to just a single. So it'll bring up now London Lamb. First pitch will be a called strike to Lamb. Lamb got a big double last time up to bat, hitting the ball into left field, sharp down the line. Got a double out of it and reached on a base on balls in the first. Ball 1 outside, 1-1. Union, knowing that they're getting down in the outs, they need to make something happen here to get back in the ball game. They're down 7-2. Going to get the call on the outside corner for a strike. So that's 1-2 now to the batter, London Lamb. Swinging strike, they strike her out. And Katie Cook, I don't know if in the rest of the year she's a cheerleader or not, but she sure is animated out there and having a good time. She celebrates everything. So second out of the inning, another strikeout brings Kylie Crapo to the batter's box. And she flew out to third base and flew out the catcher in her 2 at-bats previous to this one. Pops it back this time, hits the screen and comes down. Strike 1. So Yassi still at first base. after the single into right center field. And unable to advance her yet. And Caitlin Johnson seems to be getting a little bit more crisp as she's starting to record strikeouts now. That gets between the legs of Katie Cook to the screen, and Yazzie goes to second. And she's done a fine job. Both these catchers, Navy Meekum and Katie Cook, have done a fine job behind the plate for both of these teams today. With the occasional miscue, but that's a tough job back in there, keeping everything where it should be and keeping everybody going and keeping that pitcher where they should be. Nice pitch there, a little bit high. Ball. So 2-1 the count. 2 down in the inning. Runner at second. Outside ball. I think everybody's waiting to see what that call was going to be. That he could have been called a strike on that outside corner. 3-1 the count. Now 2 down. Hit down third, going to go foul. And so that'll be a foul ball, and she'll come back to the batter's box now with the count full. 2 down. So she steps back in. Crapo. Chloe Aland will be on deck. Pop up into the left field side. Shortstop ranging over and makes it on the line. And that'll be the third out by Kylie Crapo. And that will be the end at the top of the 5th inning. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th inning again with North Sanpete ahead 7-2, and they'll be coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Back here to North Sanpete, to South Spanish Fork. We've got some positional changes out there. We'll try to bring them to you as best I can tell right now. They don't communicate up necessarily to us, but it looks like right now Kylie Crapo is on the mound to pitch, and they have moved Josie Prevedel to shortstop, and it looks like London Lamb is now at first base. I don't know where Yazzie is, or if she's still on the field. We'll try and get that to you. And we'll check that. Lamb might still be Yazzie might still be out there. But the pitcher has changed to Kylie Crapo. And it's hard to see if that's a 23 or a 33 at shortstop. 23 would still be Yazzie, 33 is Prevedel. So we'll try and get that to you as quick as we can. And Prevedel has been playing left field, so I don't know if they brought her in. But it may just be a switch to London to first, and Crapo at pitcher, and Prevedel. I don't know. We'll see. We got those two right. The ball is hit sharply down the line, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Yeah, well, if it's 33, it's Prevedel. If it's 23, it's still Yazzie. So we're still working on that. These numbers are, even on the back, they're kind of blended together. They're nice uniforms, but you can't really see the number clearly. Now, as she comes to the end of the mound, maybe we can see that number a little bit better. It was a strikeout on the batter, whatever the numbers might be. It was a strikeout on the batter, and that is Prevedel at shortstop. So Yazzie would be the one that we're not sure where she's at this point in time. So a strikeout to the batter. And Bailey is the one that struck out there for the first out. We've got Miramontes at the plate now. And Miramontes has the home run and the fly out to center field. So Miramontes making her presence known thus far in the ball game. She has a 1-1 count with one out in the inning. Hit deeply. This is out of here. Whoop, whoop. Boy, I had that one going out of here, but it goes right back against the fence as the center fielder, Chloe Alland, and she reels that one in. I thought Miramontes had her second home run of the season here, but it's just a loud out as she flies out deep to center field for the second. Indigo North will be up to bat now. Indigo North will be followed by Peyton Johnson. North has a strikeout and was thrown out by the pitcher at first base in the first inning to end that first inning. Pop, a little flare to second base, waits for it to drop, pick it up, throw it to first, easy play, and that's how you do it. So a nice job coming off the bench to pitch by the young pitcher for Crapo, I believe it is, and so at the end of 5, its scores remains 7-2. We'll be back with the 6th in just a moment.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Welcome back here as we get ready now for the top of the 6th inning. Batting is Chloe Alland. Ball is in the dirt by Caitlin Johnson. Blocked nicely once again by Katie Cook. And Alland will be ball 1 on Alland. We'll try and get more of these changes if we can figure them out as we go through the batting order. Hopefully. Ball 2 inside. Alland has been up twice. That's a strike to her there. 2-1 the count. First inning she flew out to left field. And the third inning she struck out. So she's 0 for 2 for the day. Outside corner, nicely done there. 2-2 the count. So with 2-2 the count to Alland. Meekum is on deck. Foul back against the screen. Remains 2-2. And again, I'll mention that Kylie Crapo came in to pitch that last inning and, did a nice job. Nice job for someone who hadn't really been on the field except to bat. Stepping in cold, did a really nice job there. This pitch is high and outside, so it's a full count now to Chloe Alland, the center fielder for Union High School. We're in number 11. Ball is in the dirt, so she'll take the walk here. Her first time on base in this ball game, as she'll get the walk. Now coming to bat, number 20, number 21, Navi Meekum comes to the plate. She has the single and thrown out from third base in the first inning. That's a nice pitch. Ooh. That's a ball. So let's miss the first pitch, but there's at least one ball on the batter. Inside, that's a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. So 3-0 is the count here to Meekum. And Caitlin Johnson has thrown a nice game, but she's struggling right now. These last 2 batters, she's thrown a lot of pitches. That's a strike down the middle, so 3-1. The last batter took a base on ball after a full count, worked completely full. Now this one's a 3-1 count, so she's throwing a few more balls to the first 2 batters here than she's used to. That one's hit sharply past second base into center field. But quickly over to corral that thing is Emily Straight so that they hold the batters to 1 bag apiece. But a nice job of hitting by Navi Meekum and driving over Aland. Now they have a runner in for Meekum. And Huber comes in to run again for Meekum. Turns to bunt. Misses the bunt. And nice play there by the catcher, Katie Cook. Runner was off second. No one was there to catch her. I thought she's going to go and try and run her down. But she just moved her back. So Kettle with the first strike, missed the bunt. Does not square on that one. It's a ball up high. After her, it'll be back to Josie Prevedel, we think, if she's still in the game. And we're not trying to be rude, but we had a hard time seeing the substitutions and the changes. She does have the bat standing there. The bunt attempt is down. It's a foul ball. So Kettle with 2 strikes, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second, nobody out here. And Prevedel does have the bat in hand. So I guess the question then is, who came out of the game? We'll figure it out when they put bats in hand, maybe. Ripped into left center field. This will be 1 run, I would assume. They'll turn her and send her. The throw's coming home. Allows the runner to go from second and third. So on the throw and nobody covering, 1 run has scored and a double by Caitlin Kettle. So the bottom of the order getting it done here for for Union High School. They've got 1 across. They've got runner at second and third, and they've got the top of the order coming up. And this is a big inning for them here. They could do a lot of damage here with 2 runners in scoring position still, and nobody out in the innings. North Sanpete has called the timeout to talk to the players, but you know that's just been great hitting. They put the ball where there isn't anybody, and so the timeout is over. They'll step back out. This is the top of the 6th inning here. Union trying to make something happen. Josie Prevedel, and I hope I'm saying it right, folks, but Josie Prevedel will be at the plate in the top of the 6th. She's been up 3 times. She reached in the first inning with a double in the first inning, and then she's flown out to shortstop and center field in the other 2 at-bats. The first call here is a strike to her, and so an 0-1 count. That one's going to be, call on the outside corner. I wrote it down as a ball, but it should have been a strike. So 0-2 the count. Down the middle, fouls it back, stays alive. Good piece of hit and foul that thing off until you can find something you can drive. Just keep fouling it off till you can put it in play. Again, nobody out in the inning. This could potentially be a huge inning for them. Hits it down first base, foul. But I say that potentially because Union in the first inning loaded the bases with one out and got nothing out of it. As the pitcher, Caitlin Johnson, settled down and just put them down in order. And they got nothing out of it after loading the bases with one out and one run already across. So here again, they've got one run across. They've got runners at second and third. And a strikeout on the batter there. That's big as they strike out Prevedel for the first out, but they still got the runners out there. Now they bring up Zoe Thompson.
For the first out, brings up Thompson. Hall on deck. Yazzie in the hole.
So again, this is a big out because after this you get to Hall and Yazzie and Lamb, who have done some real damage. She turns to bunt, can't get it done. They try to run in behind the runner at third, not able to make that done. As the shortstop, third baseman rumbles up for the bunt. Shortstop tries to run in behind her, but not enough room. The runner stayed home. So slap. Oh, just off the hand of the shortstop. One run will be in, just off the glove of Bailey. It does not go into center field, so she stops the runners, but one run does come in, and that's Meekum's runner, which is Cameron Huber comes in. And Kettle stays where she is, and Zoe Thompson gets the single. She's at first. Kettle is at second, and now Jocelyn Hall comes to the plate. First pitch is going to be a called strike down low. It's 7-4 now in this ball game. Hall got a single in the first and then struck out in the third and the fifth. See what she does here. That ball gets low. It gets away from the catcher, and both runners will advance. She got down to block it, but it come up weird off her pads and rolled back to the screen, and she's not happy with herself. She's been so animated. She's so fun to watch. And she'll battle. So it's 1-1 the count here to Jocelyn Hall. Outside ball 2. And again, we mentioned that Yazzie is the intended batter. I don't see her. Oh, it's over the wrong. Looking at the wrong side of the field. Fouled back against the screen. Strike 2. So this is a pivotal moment for both teams here. Yes, we are in the 6th inning, and North Sanpete has been leading and been pulling away a little bit each inning. And now here with Union with a couple across and a couple in scoring position. Fouled back again, and only one out. This is a postulate here a little bit that, if they somehow can get Hall out, you've got first open. Do you put Yazzie on and pitch to Lamb? We'll see what happens here, but just postulating ahead of time. Another foul ball back as Hall continues to battle hard in there. You hate to load the bases by putting Yazzie on, because then a walk scores a run. But with what Yazzie's done with the bat, you almost hate to put her at the plate either. Ripped down the third baseline, foul. That would have got a couple in. So a good job of hitting here by Jocelyn Hall as she just continues to battle. And she's hit 4 or 5 foul balls in a row here to stay alive and battle in there. Katie Cook taking information from the dugout. Now she settles in to receive this pitch. Dribbled up towards shortstop. The run will score. They go across the diamond to get the out. Back towards third to try and get the other out. Not in time as third baseman was down the line, unable to make the play. So a good job of base running there, as Kettle is able to come in and score, and also Zoe Thompson goes to second. So a sacrifice basically for Hall after a good at-bat. It's 2 out now. Now with the extra bases available, they're going to pitch to her. They're going to go ahead and pitch to Yazzie. And the first pitch is a ball. But with the extra bases open, I think that may be even more of a strategy to put her on and pitch to Lamb, although Lamb's not a cheap hitter. In the dirt again, ball 2. And those two pitches were way short, and great job by Cook of blocking them so the run cannot score from third. Good piece of running by the runner at third base. That's Zoe Thompson, getting from second to third on that play across the diamond. Pitch outside. They're staying away from her. So it's 3-0 to Yazzie. Now's no time to put one down the middle. If you've pitched to this point, you may want to just go ahead and put her on. Don't groove one. Woo, woo. Strike one. 3-1 the play. Just me up here free commentating. Coach comes down the line, wants to talk to Yazzie about something. Probably saying good things like, now would be a good time to hit one over the fence, If ever there was a time, now might be it. So 3-1 the count here to Yazzie in the sixth inning. 2 down, runner at third. Ball outside. Oh! Full count is the call. So it's full count to Yazzie. She was headed to first, and so was I. Late call there by the umpire on the outside corner. And so it's a full count, 2 down. She hits it in the air to center field and just back. Oh, not quite to the warning track. But again, that was dangerous. But they get the job done as Yazzie flies out to the center fielder, and that'll be the end of the top of the sixth inning. But back in the ball game, 7-5 as they pick up 3 runs in the inning. It's 7-5. We'll be back.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com. Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
That's Yazzie at short. That's 23. Welcome back here to Spanish Fork High School. Spanish Fork High School. Well, we are in Spanish Fork, and the high school is across town, but we're still trying to figure out the numbers. Again, it's still 7-5 in the bottom of the sixth inning with North Sanpete coming to play. And batting will be Peyton Johnson. Pitch will be in the dirt for a ball. Ball 1 to Peyton Johnson. She has been up 3 times, flew out to shortstop the first time, then got a single to right field and a single to right field a home run. So she's got a single and a home run. And has scored 2 runs in the ball game. So another pitch in the dirt, so it's 2-0, the count here to the batter, Johnson. Emily Strait will be on deck. And then back to the top of the order with Katie Cook. Ripped down the line, foul. Strike 1. So the bottom of the order really for North Sanpete has played very, very well with Peyton Johnson with a single and a home run. And then Emily Strait with a single. Also scoring a couple of runs, scoring 3 of the 7 runs between the two of them. And nicely done for your 8 and 9 batter. You're happy to see that. Dribbler towards shortstop, in to pick it up, strong arm across the field, and that'll be an out there. And we think that's Yazzie to Lamb for the out. The positions are right. The individual players would be the question.
Straight now batting. Cook on deck.
So Straight comes up with a strikeout and a single, sacrifice, and a scored run. Puts the bunt down. It double contact with the bat, however. And it goes foul. And the double contact could be interference, but no call there, just a foul ball. So strike one to Straight. And Cook on deck. Hit the shortstop up to make the play, we think is Yazzie, up to make that play. And a little line shot to the shortstop.
Line shot to shortstop for the second out brings up Cook, all red on deck.
So Cook will come to the plate. Cook has reached on a base on balls, and then sacrificed in the fourth inning to move the runner over. And so she comes up for her fourth at-bat in the leadoff position. Pop up, going to come over the stands into the stand area. Strike one on her. Again, the winner of this ball game moves into a 10 o'clock ball game tomorrow morning against the Canyon View Morgan winner, and we'll try to get that score for you in a moment here. And the loser will play later today. In fact, possibly turn around and play again immediately today when this game terminates. Ooh, nice ball called. And it looks like with the time schedule, it will be that whoever loses here will have to turn around and play again. Swinging strike down low on Cook. That was down around her shoe tops, but made a valiant effort at it. So it's 1-2 the count. Reaches down again on the shoestring and punches it into the center field straight away. She reached down to get that one, but that's a single there for Katie Cook. The score we got on the other game, we told you we'd get you one, Morgan and Canyon View. Canyon View was behind. Morgan was up 3-0, but now it looks like Canyon View has come back. They're up 6-3 now in that ball game. And again, the winner of that game against the winner of this game tomorrow at 10 a.m. So big games going on. You want to stay in the division of the undefeateds, if at all possible. It's less wear and tear on you. Like we said, if you lose this game, you'll play two more games today where the winner gets to go and play, doesn't have to play again until tomorrow. So that's a big game. First pitch to Bree Allred is a strike. So Bree Allred up to bat. She's been up 3 times, has yet to reach base, with Madison Stedman on deck. In the dirt again. Nice pickup there. Good job by Navy Meekum. And she keeps digging them out of the ground. 1-1 the count. 2 down. No runs across yet. Here for North Sanpete here in the bottom of the 6th. Up high ball. 2-1. So Crapo brings it. Ripped down the third baseline. It's fair ball. So they'll go around. This could score a run right here as it goes all the way back to the screen. And it does. In fact, Katie Cook comes all the way around and scores on that shot down left field line. In fact, I think it hit the base. It was so tight to the line, it came off and went all the way down into the corner of left field. A long way to run. As Katie Cook's speed, she's able to get all the way around the bases on a stand-up double and an RBI by Bree Allred. So moves the score back out. A little more breathing distance now, 8-5 now. And a swinging strike there by Madison Stedman. Strike one to her. She has a single, 2 singles, and a fly out to center field so far in this ball game. Pitch is high and outside, so that's a ball called there. 1-1 the count. The game's already completed, as we mentioned. Grantsville defeated South Summit. They move on to the championship flight. And Carbon defeated Manti. They move on to the championship flight. Swinging strike, foul ball here to Stedman. So, and in those ball games, the losers then drop down. You got Manti playing Juan Diego at 4:45. South Summit playing Jueb at 4:45. So lots of ball yet to be played here today. Pop up on the infield. Third base coming in. Off her glove and goes clear against the screen. That's going to allow a run to come in to score, as that wasn't just an error. It went off the glove and went clear over to the dugout area, and it allowed the runner from second base, who wisely was approaching third on the pop-up just in case. It allowed Bree Allred to come all the way in and score on the unfortunate error on the third baseman. That's Miramontes, who's had a nice game over there, but that one just got away from her there. So Stedman ends up with a double, or standing a double, second base on the error. So she ends up over there, does get an RBI out of it, I guess. And it brings Oldroyd to the plate, who has been dynamite. Pitches outside, ball 1 to Oldroyd. And what had become a close game, Union had battled back to a 2-point game at 7-5. Now they've given up a couple here late in this inning to go back up 9-5. Oldroyd at the plate is extremely dangerous at the plate. That's another ball, so 2 balls to her. Oldroyd, of course, with the home run, the stand-up double. She did strike out the last time up, however. And this, I believe, is the first time she's faced Crapo on the mound. Hits a high bouncer to third. Third one able to come up with it, but too slow across the diamond, as that was just a hard hit. It hit so hard on the ground, it went so far in the air that Miramontes really had no chance. It took so long for that ball to come down. So Oldroyd gets the single as she continues her great day. And on the play across the diamond, Madison Stedman moves into third now. So now you've got runners at first and third, 2 down. Bailey at the batter's box. She's flown out to shortstop. She's hit it. That's a pop up to the right side. Second base is settling under it and makes the play. So that'll stop the bleeding here. And that'll stop this inning, stop the bleeding. 2 runs across in the inning for North Sanpete. We'll go to the top of the 7th. With Union with 3 outs to go, they've got to get something going here. They've got to have 4 runs in those 3 outs. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back here. First pitch is a hit down between shortstop and third. Nicely done by Logan Lamb. First pitch swinging, hit it right past a diving third baseman into left field. So Lamb doing what she can to try and keep this dream alive as we are at the top of the 7th. And They've got to make up at least 4 runs to keep playing here, or it is over. Coming to bat now is Kylie Crapo. Pitch is low, ball 1. Crapo started out as the designated player, now is on record as the pitcher. Pitch is inside, ball 2 to her. Chloe Allan will be up next. She's on deck, followed by Navi Meekum. Rip, third baseman stabs it across the goal, and she makes a double play. Beautiful play there by the third baseman, Miramontes, as she stabs the line drive, and even the outfielders come all the way in. And Katie Cook is standing at the home plate cheering for everything, makes a great play across to Indigo North, and that shuts down a bit of a rally there. What a play by the third baseman, Miramontes. Wow. So that kind of shuts down the rally a little bit. You've got now 2 away in the top of the 7th and down by 4. You come to the plate with Chloe Allan trying to make. She pops it. She's going to hit the ball just off the reach of the shortstop. And so not hard hit, but it's still a base hit. As they just keep battling. This Union group just keeps battling, trying to make it happen. And Meekum will now come to bat with 2 down and a runner at first. And you gotta wonder what might have happened in this inning if Miramontes hadn't stabbed that line drive down third base. Ball is in the dirt. Nice block there by Cook. Meekum will stand in again. 1 ball.
Come on, where's that waitressing skill?
Inside, ball 2. So 2-0 the count here to Meekum. Down to 1 out is Union High School. Hit to the right side. There may be room. First base angling over and makes the catch. And North Sanpete has won the ball game 9-5 here. A great effort by Union, but North Sanpete prevails as they fly out to the first baseman for the third, and that'll be the end of the ball game, 9-5. So North Sanpete will advance to play Canyon View at 10 o'clock tomorrow, and Union will drop down, and they will play Providence Hall at 2:30 right on this same field. They'll go over to field 2. So that's the ball game. A great game to watch. Some great individual efforts. Good things happen. Appreciated being able to bring it to you. So we'll sign off for now and get ready for the next ball game.